Welcome back to Paranightmares, where the night whispers and we listen. If creepy tales and unsettling shadows are your kind of lullaby, you're in the right place. Before we descend into tonight's darkness, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me where you're from and what time you're watching. After you finish the video, let us know which part made your skin crawl most. I'm watching, and I read everyone. I'm hunched over a stack of patient charts in the dim lounge of Sunset Pines Care Home on Willow Drive, Albany, New York. The air thick with antiseptic and a musty stink, like old bandages left to rot. My Nokia flip phone sits on the desk, silent, no bars in this brick tomb. It's June 6th, 2011, 2:03 a.m. My third midnight shift as a nurse's aide, my eyes burning from no sleep. My nerves raw from dodging my roommate's texts about rent I can't scrape together. I snagged this job off a local ad, the supervisor, Mrs. Carver, sliding me a key card with a clipped warning. Don't wander the East Wing alone. Her voice cracked, like she was swallowing a secret. The care home's too quiet. The kind of quiet that makes your skin crawl, like it's waiting to spit out something nasty. I've been here since Saturday, checking vitals, refilling water pitchers. But tonight, a shadow glides down the East Wing corridor. A woman in a gown, whispering, "Lila, you're late." My pen slips, ink smearing the chart, the musty smell biting my nose, like something's rotting under the floorboards. Ever have that feeling you're not alone, even when you're supposed to be? The shadow drifts closer, timestamp June 6th, 2011, 2:15 a.m. in my log. The air heavy with decay. Hissing my secrets, skipping rent, fudging my hours, my dread of getting canned in Albany's tight job market. I inch toward the corridor, sneakers squeaking on linoleum, the air turning icy, like a meat locker. The figure's face is Jane's, resident I checked an hour ago, but her eyes are milky, unblinking, lips curling into a smirk that's all wrong. My co-worker Nate texts, his message spotty. "Lila, saw a lady in the East Wing." Timestamp June 5th, 2011, 2:30 a.m. It comes with a grainy photo of the corridor, a gown trailing, my name scratched into the wall, jagged and raw. The whisper sharpens, "Lila, you lied." Like some dead thing's watching, feeding on my guilt. What do you do when you see a face that shouldn't be walking? I check the lounge door, fingers trembling, breath hitching like I've seen a ghost. It's locked, but the East Wing's windows are fogged. My name etched in frost, the whisper coiling. "Lila, pay up." Outside, a figure hovers, too tall, limbs bending like they're made of rubber, eyes glowing white through the glass. I call Mrs. Carver, voice shaking, but her line crackles, her tone biting. "Lila, stay out of the East Wing." Nothing like her usual pep talks. My phone buzzes, a voicemail from an unknown number. A raspy voice chanting my name, mixed with my own voice, lying about hours, recorded right here, like the walls are eavesdropping. My arms burn, red welts rising, like infected cuts spelling my name, my breath sinking with the whisper. Nate texts, "I'm on my way." But the lounge TV sparks, unplugged, flashing the East Wing, a figure scrawling my name, alive, moving. The care home groans, whispers louder. Figure gliding closer, my fears, my roommate's anger, my shaky job, my terror of being nobody, fueling this patient who never sleeps. Ever wonder what's lurking in the dark corners of your shift? I'm stuck in the lounge, a whisper, a low hiss. "Lila, you owe me." It's 3:20 a.m., the East Wing glowing faintly, shadows dancing behind frosted glass. I snatch a flashlight, its beam wobbling, and creep toward the corridor. The air thick with that rotting stench, like a body forgotten in a morgue. The walls are scratched with my name, the figure's gown trailing, Jane's face, but not Jane, her hands clawing at the air. I brush a scratch, the wall burning, welts spreading across my arms, my name hissing louder, like a curse. The fire alarm rattles, untriggered, shadows spilling like ink. I call Nate, voice cracking. She's not Jane. He texts back, skeptical. "Lila, it's just a patient wandering." But I know better. The whispers aren't human, tied to something I've wronged. feeding on my lies. How do you fight something that knows your worst secrets? I scour the lounge, flashlight flickering, sweat chilling my neck. In a storage closet, I find Jane's old chart, pages scrawled with my name. Timestamp June 6th, 2011, in red ink that smells like blood. Notes about me. Skipping shifts, lying, stealing time. The whisper growls. Lila, you forgot me. Nate arrives, banging the door. Lila, let me in. But the shadows drown him. Welt slicing my arms, my name in the wounds. I show him the chart, his face paling. We need security. Albany police won't buy ghost patient. The air grows colder, shadows forming my face. Nate's eyes white, hands grabbing, my name in their scratches. My thoughts spiral, my roommate's distrust, my faked hours, my fear of being nothing, feeding the thing's hunger. What's worse than knowing something's after you? And it's got your number. It's 4:45 a.m. The shadows writhing, hands hissing, the care home trembling, scratches spreading, chanting my name. I drag Nate to the east wing, pointing at the walls, now pulsing with scratches, my name in their patterns. A storm of terror. He yells, "This ain't right." But a welt slices his hand, my name in the blood. We call the police, my voice breaking, but Officer Holt scoffs. Confused patient? I try Mrs. Carver again, her voice ice. You went in, Lila. The scratches grow louder, hands clawing, my name pulsing, my skin burning, welts oozing. Nate and I barricade the lounge, my breath ragged, shadows seeping through, spelling my name in jagged lines. Ever feel like your mistakes are closing in, ready to choke you? I dig out a security guard's number, Mr. Vance, from a roster and call, pleading for help. He arrives at 5:50 a.m., June 7th, 2011, his face grim, flashlight steady, but the shadows swarm, hands slashing, my name glowing in their eyes. He tries sealing the east wing door, but the whisper laughs, echoing my secrets, my unpaid rent, my lies, my fear of being nobody, proving it's not just a figure, but something ancient, feeding on my betrayal. Nate, bleeding, shouts, "Burn the chart!" But the shadows thicken, forming my name, the care home shaking, walls cracking my thoughts, my roommate's pain, my job, my isolation, fueling their power. Mr. Vance bolts, yelling, "This ain't my job!" Leaving us, the scratches deafening, my name trapping us. It's 6:30 a.m., the shadows crawling, hands hissing, the care home a maze of scratches, my name everywhere alive. Nate and I stumble to the east wing, welts burning, hands slashing, my name in the wounds. The chart lies open on a gurney, its pages pulsing, a figure of Jane, her hands choking. I grab a lighter, setting the chart ablaze, shadows shrieking, the whisper fading, but more scratches crawl, hands tearing my legs, my name carved in my skin. Nate kicks the gurney, shadows hissing, but they reform, the whisper louder, my secrets their fuel. I find a page with my name, blazing red, and I realize my lies are the key. I burn the chart to ash, screaming apologies for my dishonesty. The shadows collapsing, the care home stilling, my name silenced. The air clears, my scars throb, a faint guilt lingering, like a wound that won't heal. Sunrise hits, June 7th, 2011, 7:05 a.m. The care home quiet, Albany street stirring, my arms scarred, hands shaking, the scratches gone. Neighbors mention a vandal, their homes untouched, no marks. Nate's hand is bandaged and he claps my shoulder. We're good, Lila. I leave my keycard on the desk, Mrs. Carver's number dead, her email gone. I quit the care home, start therapy, facing my debts, moving to a new apartment. Every creak makes me jump, my name a faint sting in my mind, a patient I can't forget, tied to my shame. At night, my mirror shows a faint scratch, my name flickering, like a ghost watching me still. I'm dragging a mop across the ICU floor of St. Mary's Hospital in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The air sharp with disinfectant and a coppery tang, like blood that won't wash out. My Motorola flip phone's tucked in my pocket, silent, No signal in this concrete maze. It's June 7th, 2011, 3:10 a.m. My second midnight shift as a janitor. My hands aching from a mop-splintered handle. My heart heavy from dodging my sister's calls about our mom's death last month. I landed this job off a flyer at a gas station. The supervisor, Mr. Hensley, tossing me a keyring with the gruff warning, "Don't mop the old wing." His eyes flicked away, like he was scared of the words. The hospital's too quiet. The kind of quiet that makes your skin prickle, like it's hiding something mean. I've been here since Monday, scrubbing floors, emptying trash, but tonight, a child's giggle echoes from the old wing, sharp and wrong, followed by the mop handle twitching, dripping red, whispering, "Evan, you left her." The bucket's water turns crimson, splashing my boots, the coppery stench choking me, like the floor's bleeding. Ever get that sinking feeling something's watching you, waiting for you to mess up? The giggle bounces again, timestamp June 7th, 2011, 3:15 a.m. in my log. The air thick with that bloody smell, murmuring my secrets, ignoring my sister's grief, skipping Mom's funeral, my fear of being alone in Tulsa's empty nights. I edge toward the old wing, mop dripping red, my sneakers sticking to the tiles, the air colder, like a slaughterhouse. The water in the bucket swirls, forming my sister's face, her eyes hollow, mouth open, accusing. My co-worker Rosa texts, her message choppy. "Evan, heard a kid in the old wing." Timestamp June 6th, 2011, 3:20 a.m. It comes with a blurry photo of the corridor, a small figure darting, my name smeared in red on the wall. The whisper grows. "Evan, you ran," like something dead's awake, feeding on my guilt. What do you do when the floor you're cleaning starts talking back? I check the ICU door, hands shaking, breath catching like I've stepped into a nightmare. It's locked, but the old wing's windows are smeared with red, my name scrawled in streaks, the giggle echoing. "Evan, you owe her." Outside, a shape moves, too small, limbs too thin, eyes glowing red through the glass. I call Mr. Hensley, voice low, but his line hisses, his tone sharp. "Evan, stay out of the old wing." Nothing like his usual grumble. My phone buzzes, a voicemail from an unknown number, a child's voice chanting my name, mixed with my own voice, apologizing to my sister, recorded here, like the tiles heard me. My arms sting, red welts rising, like bloody scratches spelling my name, my breath sinking with the giggle. Rosa texts, "I'm coming over." But the hallway light flickers, unplugged, showing the old wing, a figure mopping my name, alive, moving. The hospital creaks, giggles louder, the figure darting closer, my fears, my sister's pain, my low-wage job, my dread of being nothing, fueling this thing that won't let go. Ever wonder what's hiding in the empty halls of your shift? I'm stuck in the ICU, the giggle a sharp cackle. "Evan, you left her." It's 4:20 a.m., the old wing glowing faintly, red streaks crawling across the floor. I grab a flashlight, its beam shaky, and creep toward the corridor, the air thick with that coppery stench, like a wound that won't close. The walls are smeared with my name, the figure's tiny hands mopping, my sister's face, but not her, her fingers dripping blood. I touch a smear, the wall burning, welts spreading across my arms, my name giggling louder, like a judgment. The overhead lights buzz, untriggered, red pools spreading. I call Rosa, voice cracking. It's not a kid. She texts doubtful. "Evan, it's just a patient." But I know it's not. The giggles aren't human, tied to something I abandoned, feeding on my shame. How do you fight a ghost that knows you better than you know yourself? I scour the ICU, flashlight flickering, sweat cold on my back. In a supply closet, I find an old mop, its bristles crusted with dried blood, my name scratched into the handle. Timestamp June 7th, 2011, in red that smells like death. The giggle screams, "Evan, you forgot her." Rosa arrives, pounding the door. "Evan, open up." But the red drowns her, welt slicing my arms, my name in the wounds. I show her the mop, her face paling. "We need help." Tulsa police won't buy haunted mop. The air grows colder, red forming my face roses, eyes hollow, hands grabbing, my name in their streaks. My thoughts unravel, my sister's grief, my absence, my fear of being alone, feeding the thing's hunger. What's worse than knowing your mistakes are coming for you, dripping red? It's 5:45 a.m., the red writhing, hands giggling, the hospital trembling, smears spreading, chanting my name. I drag Rosa to the old wing, pointing at the walls, now pulsing with blood, my name in their patterns. A storm of guilt. She yells, "This can't be real." But a welt slashes her hand, my name in the blood. We call the police, my voice shaky, but Officer Reed laughs. "Spilled paint." I try Mr. Hensley again, his voice colder. "You mop there, Evan." The smears grow louder, hands clawing, my name pulsing, my skin burning, welts oozing. Rosa and I barricade the ICU, my breath ragged, red seeping through, spelling my name in sticky trails. Ever feel like your past is a trap, ready to drown you? I find a priest's number, Father Lyle, in a directory and call, begging for help. He arrives at 6:50 a.m., June 8th, 2011, his face grim, clutching a cross, but the red swarms, hands slashing, my name glowing in their eyes. He tries a blessing, but the giggle mocks him, echoing my secrets, my missed funeral, my lies, my fear of being nothing, proving it's not just blood, but something ancient, feeding on my betrayal. Rosa, bleeding, shouts, "Break the mop!" But the red thickens, forming my name, the hospital shaking, walls cracking my thoughts, my sister's pain, my absence, my isolation, fueling their power. Father Lyle bolts, yelling, "This ain't holy," leaving us. The smears deafening, my name trapping us. It's 7:30 a.m., the red crawling, hands giggling, the hospital a maze of bloody streaks, my name everywhere alive. Rosa and I stumble to the old wing, welts burning, hands slashing, my name in the wounds. The mop lies in a pool of red, its handle pulsing, a figure of my sister, her hands choking. I grab a hammer, smashing the mop, red shrieking, the giggle fading, but more streaks crawl, hands tearing my legs, my name carved in my skin. Rosa kicks the bucket, red hissing, but it reforms, the giggle louder, my secrets their fuel. I find the mop's core, my name blazing, and I realize my absence is the key. I snap the handle, sobbing for Mom, the red collapsing, the hospital stilling, my name silenced. The air clears, my scars throb, a faint guilt lingering, like a stain that won't fade. Sunrise hits June 8th, 2011, 8:05 a.m. The hospital quiet, Tulsa streets waking, my arms scarred, hands trembling, the red gone. Other workers mention a spill. Their floors clean, no marks. Rosa's hand is bandaged and she grips my arm. "We're okay, Evan." I leave my keys on the desk, Mr. Hensley's number dead, his flyer gone. I switch to day shifts, start therapy, call my sister, facing Mom's loss. Every wet floor makes me jump, my name a faint sting in my mind, a bloodstain I can't scrub out. At night, my reflection shows a red smudge, my name flickering, like a ghost still mopping. I'm sorting packages on a conveyor belt in a warehouse on Pine Road, Cleveland, Ohio. The air heavy with cardboard dust and a sour whiff, like me gone bad in a forgotten cooler. My Nokia flip phone buzzes in my pocket, text from my buddy Jake, but it's got no bars in this cavern of crates. It's June 8th, 2011, 1:50 a.m., my fourth midnight shift as a warehouse grunt, my hands sore from tossing boxes, my mind a mess from dodging my landlord's voicemails about an eviction notice breathing down my neck. I snagged this job off a sketchy online ad, the manager, Mr. Dorsey, tossing me a badge with a barked warning, "Don't stop the conveyor." His eyes darted, like he was scared of the machine himself. The warehouse is a beast, all grinding gears and flickering fluorescence, the kind of place that makes you feel like you're one wrong step from being swallowed whole. I've been here since Friday, heaving packages, but tonight, A grinding screech erupts from the belt, packages tumbling. Each one stamped with my name, Tara, in jagged ink, growling. Tara, you're broke. My hands freeze, a box slipping, the sour stench hitting me like a punch, like the conveyor's got a grudge. Ever get that feeling the place you're working wants you gone? The screech sharpens, timestamp June 8th, 2011, 2 a.m. in my log. The air thick with that rotting smell, snarling my secrets, skipping rent, borrowing cash from Jake, my dread of getting kicked out in Cleveland's cold streets. I lean over the belt, my boots scuffing the concrete. The air colder, like a freezer left open. The packages pile up, forming a shape, a figure, its edges sharp like twisted metal, eyes glinting like steel. Jake texts, his message choppy. Tara, saw a shadow outside. Timestamp June 7th, 2011, 2:10 a.m. It comes with a blurry photo of the warehouse lot, a silhouette in the fog. My name scrawled on a crate moving alive. The growl deepens. Tara, you owe. Like something hungry lives in the belt, feeding on my debts. What do you do when the machine you're running starts running you? I check the warehouse door, fingers shaky, breath catching like I'm sprinting from a nightmare. It's bolted, but the loading bay windows are fogged, my name scratched in the grime, the growl rumbling. Tara, pay up. Outside, figure looms, too tall, limbs jagged like broken gears, eyes blazing silver. I call Mr. Dorsey, voice low, but his line buzzes, his tone sharp. Tara, don't touch the conveyor. Nothing like his usual gruff emails. My phone pings, a voicemail from an unknown number, a metallic voice chanting my name, mixed with my own voice, begging Jake for money. Recorded here, like the belt's listening. My arms burn, welts rising, like metal cuts spelling my name, my breath sinking with the screech. Jake texts, I'm driving over. But the warehouse lights flicker, unpowered, showing the belt, a figure sorting my name, alive, biting. The warehouse shakes, growls louder, the figure lunging, my fears, my landlord's threats, my dead-end job, my terror of being homeless, fueling this conveyor that hungers. Ever wonder what's waiting in the grind of your shift? I'm stuck by the belt, the growl a roar. Tara, you owe me. It's 3:15 a.m., the warehouse dim, the conveyor glowing faintly, packages piling into my shape. I grab a crowbar, its weight heavy, and edge toward the belt's controls, the air thick with that rotting stench, like a slaughterhouse gone wrong. The belt jerks, packages forming a face, mine, but twisted, teeth like metal shards, biting. I touch a crate, the wood burning, welt spreading across my arms, my name growling louder, like a curse. The overhead cranes creak, unpowered, packages spilling like blood. I call Jake, voice cracking. The belt's alive. He texts skeptical. Tara, it's just a jam. But I know it's not. The growls are mechanical, tied to something I've dodged, feeding on my debts. How do you fight a machine that knows your every mistake? I scour the warehouse, crowbar trembling, sweat cold on my skin. In a storage cage, I find a logbook, pages scrawled with my name, timestamp June 8th, 2011, in black ink that smells like rot. Notes about me, skipping rent, lying to Jake, running from bills. The growl screams, Tara, you ran. Jake arrives, banging the loading door. Tara, open it. But the packages drown him, welt slicing my arms, my name in the wounds. I show him the book, his face paling. We need the cops. Cleveland police won't buy haunted conveyor. The air grows colder, packages forming my face Jake's, eyes silver, hands grabbing, my name in their splinters. My thoughts spiral, my landlord's anger, my borrowed cash, my fear of being nothing, feeding the thing's hunger. What's worse than a machine that's got your number and won't let go? It's 4:30 a.m., the packages writhing, teeth growling, the warehouse trembling, crate spilling, chanting my name. I drag Jake to the belt, pointing at the controls, now pulsing with my name. A storm of panic. He yells, "This ain't normal." But a welt slices his hand, my name in the blood. We call the police, my voice shaky. But Officer Lane scoffs. Machine malfunction? I try Mr. Dorsey again, his voice ice. You stopped it, Tara. The crates grow louder, hands clawing, my name pulsing, my skin burning, welts oozing. Jake and I barricade the control room, my breath ragged, packages smashing through, spelling my name in jagged wood. Ever feel like your debts are a trap, ready to crush you? I dig out a mechanic's number, Mr. Holt, from a clipboard, and call, begging for help. He arrives at 5:40 a.m., June 9th, 2011, his face grim, toolbox clanking, but the packages swarm, hands slashing, my name glowing in their eyes. He tries shutting off the belt, but the growl laughs, echoing my secrets, my unpaid rent, my lies, my fear of being homeless, proving it's not just a machine, but something ancient, feeding on my failures. Jake, bleeding, shouts, "Smash the controls!" But the crates thicken, forming my name, the warehouse shaking, walls cracking, my thoughts, my landlord's threats, my job, my isolation, fueling their power. Mr. Holt bolts, yelling, "This ain't mechanical!" Leaving us, the growls deafening, my name trapping us. It's 6:25 a.m., the crates crawling, teeth growling, the warehouse a maze of splintered wood, my name everywhere alive. Jake and I stumble to the controls, welts burning, hands slashing, my name in the wounds. The panel pulses, a figure of me, its teeth biting. I swing the crowbar, smashing the controls, crates shrieking, the growl fading, but more packages spill, hands tearing my legs, my name carved in my skin. Jake kicks the belt, crates hissing, but they reform, the growl louder, my secrets their fuel. I find switch with my name, blazing in ink, and I realize my debts are the key. I smash the panel, screaming about paying my landlord, the crates collapsing, the warehouse stilling, my name silenced. The air clears, my scars throb, a faint panic lingering, like a debt that won't settle. Sunrise hits, June 9th, 2011, 7:10 a.m. The warehouse quiet, Cleveland streets waking, my arms scarred, hands trembling, the crates still. Workers mention a jam, their bays clean, no marks. Jake's hand is bandaged and he claps my shoulder. We're good, Tara. I leave my badge on the desk, Mr. Dorsey's number dead, his ad gone. I relocate to Columbus, pay my landlord, start fresh at a day job. Every machine hum makes me jump, my name a faint sting in my mind, a conveyor I can't escape, tied to my debts. At night, my reflection shows a splinter, my name flickering, like a machine still hungry. Log entry, June 9th, 2011, 2:40 a.m. I'm in the security office, Boise Town Square Mall. Monitors flickering like they're mocking me. Air stale, coffee gone cold, electric buzz in my ears. My Nokia flip phone's dead on the desk, no signal. Third midnight shift, eyes like sandpaper, dodging texts from my ex, Claire, about our fight last week. She said I was too closed off, always running. Boss, Mr. Vance, warned, don't rewind the tapes. Why'd his voice shake? Something's off tonight, like the screens are watching me back. I'm staring at monitor 3, the food court feed, when it glitches. 2:42 a.m., June 9th, 2011. The screen stutters, shows me Sam, but not me, sitting in this chair, eyes wrong, pixelated, like a bad render. The air hums, electric, with a faint whiff of burnt plastic, like a fried circuit. My name flickers on the screen. Sam, in blocky text, then a whisper hisses from the speakers. Sam, you betrayed her. I jerk back, chair scraping, coffee mug tipping, cold sludge pooling. What would you do if you saw yourself on a screen? But not you. I'm not crazy, but this ain't right. Flashback, June 7th, 2011, 1:15 a.m. First shift here, mall empty. Monitors showing nothing but shadows. Claire texted, we need to talk. Ignored it like always. Felt her anger through the screen, like the cameras caught it. Noticed a flicker on the parking lot feed. A figure standing in fog, gone when I blinked. Thought it was a trick of the light. Should have listened to Mr. Vance's Warning about the tapes. The whisper grows. Sam, you ran. Timestamp 2:45 a.m. now. The burnt plastic stench choking me, like the monitors are overheating. I scan the feeds, empty stores, dark halls. But monitor 5, the atrium, shows my name. Sam. Scratched in pixel dust, moving alive. My co-worker Lila texts spotty. Sam, saw a figure on camera. Timestamp June 8th, 2011, 2:50 a.m. with a grainy screenshot of the atrium. A silhouette, my name in its frame, glitching. The screens flicker, all of them showing me, not me. Walking the mall, eyes buffering, face skipping. My skin stings, pixel-like welts forming, spelling my name in red dots like a corrupted image. Ever feel like your past is playing on repeat, exposing every lie you told? I hit the door, fingers fumbling, breath short like I'm trapped in a loop. It's locked, but the monitors hum, my name flashing across all feeds. Sam, pay up. Outside, in the parking lot feed, a figure stands, too sharp, like a high-res ghost. Limbs glitching, eyes black voids. I call Mr. Vance, voice shaking, but his line crackles, his tone cold. Sam, don't touch the tapes. Not his usual bark. My phone buzzes, a voicemail, unknown number, a static voice chanting my name, mixed with my own voice, yelling at Claire, recorded here, like the cameras caught it. My arms burn, welts spreading, my name in pixelated cuts, my breath sinking with the hum. Lila texts, I'm coming. But monitor 1 sparks, unplugged, showing me in the office, a figure behind me, writing my name alive. The mall creaks, whispers louder, the figure flickering closer, my fears, Claire's hurt, my dead-end job, my dread of being alone, fueling this footage that watches. What's it like to know something's got your face and won't let go? Log entry, June 9th, 2011, 3:10 a.m. Monitors are alive, showing me everywhere, food court, escalators, my name in every frame. Welts on my arms, like I'm part of the feed. Lila's not here yet. Tried rebooting the system, nothing. The figure's clearer now, my face, but not. Pixelated teeth, hands reaching through the screen. I'm not imagining this. Claire's voice in my head. You never stay. Is this her? No, it's something else, something that knows me. Flashback, June 6th, 2011, evening. I'm packing for my first shift. Claire at my apartment, begging me to open up. You're always running, Sam, she said. I slammed the door, left her crying. Saw her post on Facebook later. Done with ghosts. Felt like she meant me. Now the monitors feel the same, judging, like they've got my number. The hums a roar now. Sam, you owe her. 3:30 a.m. The office glowing, screens flashing my name in stuttering frames. I grab a flashlight, beam shaky, and check the tape deck, the air thick with burnt plastic, like a melting VCR. The tapes spin, unprompted, showing Claire's face, pixelated, accusing, her eyes black static. I touch a monitor, the screen burning, welts spreading, my name hissing louder, like a glitchy curse. The fire alarm buzzes, untriggered, pixels spilling like ash. I call Lila, voice cracking. The footage is alive. She texts, Sam, it's just a glitch. But I know it's not. The whispers aren't tech, tied to something I broke, feeding on my betrayal. Ever try running from a screen that's got your soul? I search the office, flashlight flickering, sweat cold on my neck. In a cabinet, I find an old tape, labeled Sam, June 9th, 2011. Scrawled in marker that smells like ash. Footage of me yelling at Claire. Timestamp tonight, impossible. The whisper screams. Sam, you left her. Lila arrives, pounding the door. Sam, open up. But the pixels drown her, welt slicing my arms, my name in the wounds. I show her the tape, her face paling. We need security. Boise police won't buy haunted footage. The air grows colder, pixels forming my face, Lila's, eye static, hands grabbing, my name in their frames. My thoughts unravel, Claire's pain, my avoidance, my fear of being nothing, feeding the thing's hunger. What's worse than seeing your mistakes play out on a loop you can't stop? Log entry, June 9th, 2011, 4:20 a.m. Lila's here, bleeding from a welt on her hand. My name in it. Monitors are screaming. My name everywhere. Figure stepping out of the screen. Half me, half static. Tried calling police, laughed off. Mr. Vance's line is dead. The figure's hands are pixel claws reaching. I'm not crazy, but I'm scared. Claire's voice in a hum, or maybe it's mine. Gotta find a way out. It's 4:45 a.m. The pixels writhing, hands hissing, the office trembling, screens flashing, chanting my name. I drag Lila to the taped deck, pointing at the monitors, now pulsing with my name. A storm of static. She yells, "This isn't real!" But a welt slashes her cheek, my name in the blood. We call the police again, my voice breaking, but Officer Reed scoffs. "Take a shoe." I try Mr. Vance, his voice ice. "You rewound it, Sam." The pixels grow louder, hands clawing, my name pulsing, my skin burning, welts oozing. Lila and I barricade the office, my breath ragged, pixels seeping through, spelling my name in glitchy streaks. Ever feel like your past is a film, playing you for a fool? Flashback, June 8th, 2011, 2 a.m. Second shift. Monitor showed a flicker in the arcade. A figure standing. Gone when I checked. Ignored it, thought it was fatigue. Claire texted, "I'm done, Sam." I didn't reply, just watched the screens, felt them watching back. Should have known something was wrong. I find a text number, Ms. Holt, in a manual and call, pleading for help. She arrives at 5:50 a.m., June 9th, 2011, her face grim, carrying a toolkit, but the pixels swarm, hands slashing, my name glowing in their eyes. She tries unplugging the deck, but the whisper laughs, echoing my secrets, my fight with Claire, my lies, my fear of being alone, proving it's not just footage, but something ancient, feeding on my betrayal. Lila, bleeding, shouts, "Erase the tapes." But the pixels thicken, forming my name, the office shaking, walls cracking my thoughts. Claire's hurt, my job, my isolation, fueling their power. Ms. Holt bolts, yelling, "This ain't tech." Leaving us, the pixels deafening, my name trapping us. You ever see your face on a screen and know it's not you? Log entry, June 9th, 2011, 6:10 a.m. Pixels are everywhere, crawling up the walls, my name in every frame. Lila's hurt, I'm bleeding, figures stepping out, clawing. Tried smashing the monitors, didn't work. It's in the tapes and me. Claire's face on every screen, accusing. I gotta end this, or it'll take us both. It's 6:30 a.m., the pixels crawling, hands hissing, the office a maze of static streaks, my name everywhere alive. Lila and I stumble to the deck, welts burning, hands slashing, my name in the wounds. The tape spins, showing Claire, her hands choking. I grab a screwdriver, prying the deck open, pixels shrieking, the whisper fading, but more static crawls, hands tearing my legs, my name carved in my skin. Lila smashes a monitor, pixels hissing, but they reform, the whisper louder, my secrets their fuel. I find a tape of my name, blazing in ash, and I realize my betrayal is the key. I rip the tape out, shredding it, screaming apologies to Claire, the pixels collapsing, the office stilling, my name silenced. The air clears, my scars throb, a faint guilt lingering, like a frame that won't erase. Flashback, June 5th, 2011, evening. Claire and I at a diner, her begging me to stay, me walking out. "You're a ghost, Sam," she said. I laughed it off, but now the screens feel like her, like I'm the ghost. Maybe I always was. Sunrise hits, June 9th, 2011, 7:05 a.m. The office quiet, Boise streets stirring, my arms scarred, hands shaking, the pixels gone. Mall workers mention a glitch. Their feeds clean, no marks. Lila's cheek is bandaged and she grips my hand. "We made it, Sam." I leave my badge on the desk, Mr. Vance's number dead, his email offline. I switch to day shifts, call Claire, reconcile, promising to stay open. Every screen flicker makes me jump, my name a faint sting in my mind. A frame I can't forget, tied to my betrayal. At night, my reflection glitches, my name flickering like footage still watching. Inventory log, June 10th, 2011, 3:15 a.m. Aisle 7, Raleigh Food Mart, Elm Street. Stocking canned goods, peas, corn, beans. Air's thick, smells like spoiled milk gone rancid. Hands hurt, cans heavy. 5 cases done, 3 to go. My flip phone's buzzing. Text from Mia, ignored. Can't face her after Dad's fight. Manager, Mr. Lyle, said, "Don't rearrange the shelves." His voice wobbled, like he knew something. Something's wrong tonight. Cans keep falling, like they're pushed. Heard a whisper, "Nora, you abandoned him." Not sure if I'm losing it. I'm in aisle 7, stacking cans of green beans, the fluorescent lights buzzing like a dying fly, the air choking with that rancid whiff, like milk left out for weeks. My Nokia flip phone vibrates again in my pocket, but I let it go. Same as I've been letting Dad's calls go since our blowout last month. It's June 10th, 2011, 3:18 a.m. My 5th midnight shift at this grocery store. My fingers raw from lifting. My heart heavy as a sack of flour, carrying the weight of leaving Dad alone after Mom died. I got this job off a Raleigh job board. Mr. Lyle handing me an apron with that shaky warning about the shelves. His eyes dodging mine, like I'd already done something wrong. The store's too still, like it's grieving something. The kind of quiet that makes you jump at your own shadow. I've been here since Monday, stocking shelves, dodging memories. But tonight, a can of peas tumbles, rolls, stops at my feet, whispering, "Nora, you left him." The label's got my name, Nora, scratched in jagged metal. My hands shake, the can clatters, the spoiled milk stench hits like a slap, like the shelves are crying. Ever feel like the place you're working knows your worst sins? The shelves creak. "Nora, you ran." Timestamp 3:20 a.m. in my shaky log. The air thick with rot, accusing me. Walking out on Dad, ignoring his calls. My fear of being stuck in Raleigh's dead-end life. I step back, sneakers squeaking on linoleum. The air colder, like a freezer aisle gone wrong. The cans shift, forming a shape, a figure, its edges sharp like bent tin, eyes glinting like polished steel. Mia texts choppy. "Nora saw an aisle move." Timestamp June 9th, 2011, 3:25 a.m. with a blurry photo of aisle 7, cans stacked into my name, shifting alive. The whisper deepens, "Nora, you owe him," like something dead's awake, feeding on my guilt. What do you do when the shelves you stock start building your shame? Inventory log, June 10th, 2011, 3:40 a.m. Aisle 7's wrong. Cans falling, stacking themselves, spelling Nora. Smells worse, like death in a dairy case. Try calling Mr. Lyle, no answer. Mia's coming, says she's close. Shelves creaking, like they're talking. "You left him, Nora." My arms sting like cuts. I'm not crazy, but I'm scared. Dad's face in my head yelling, "You're just like her." When I left, is this him? No, it's something else. I check the aisle's end, hands trembling, breath short like I'm running from a ghost. The exit's locked, but the shelves groan. My name etched in dented cans, "Nora, pay up." Outside, through the store's glass doors, figure stands, too tall, limbs bent like warped metal, eyes flashing silver. I call Mr. Lyle, voice cracking, but his line hisses, his tone sharp. "Nora, don't touch the shelves." Nothing like his usual grumble. My phone buzzes, a voicemail, unknown number, a raspy voice chanting my name, mixed with my own voice, yelling at Dad, recorded here, like the shelves heard me. My arms burn, welts rising, like tin cuts spelling my name, my breath sinking with the creaks. Mia texts, "I'm here," but the store's lights flicker, unplugged, showing aisle 7, a figure stacking my name, alive, moving. The store shakes, whispers louder. The figure lunging, my fears, Dad's pain, my low-wage job, my dread of being nothing, fueling these shelves that move. Ever wonder what's hiding in the aisles you walk? The creaks turn to a groan. "Nora, you owe him," 4:05 a.m. The store dim, shelves shifting, cans clattering like a dirge. I grab a flashlight, beam shaky, and edge toward the stockroom. The air thick with that rancid stench, like a grave under the tiles. The shelves twist, forming Dad's face, his eyes hollow, hands made of cans reaching. I touch a shelf, the metal burning, welts spreading, my name creaking louder, like a judgment. The overhead speakers crackle, unpowered, cans falling in rhythm. I call Mia, voice breaking. The shelves are alive. She texts doubtful. Nora, it's just a mess. But I know it's not. The creaks aren't normal, tied to something I abandoned, feeding on my guilt. How do you fight a store that knows you walked away? Inventory log, June 10th, 2011, for 30 a.m. Lost an hour. Shelves moved. Ken spelling Nora everywhere. Mia's here, saw it, freaked. Welts on my arms, bleeding, my name in them. Called police, hung up on me. Shelves talking, you ran, Nora. Dad's voice in my head, or the cans. I yelled, you're selfish, when I left him. Now the store is yelling back. Gotta stop this. I stumble through the aisles, flashlight flickering, sweat cold on my skin. In the stockroom, I find an old inventory log, pages scratched with my name. Timestamp June 10th, 2011. In ink that smells like rot. Notes about me. Leaving Dad. Lying to Mia. Running from grief. The shelves groan, Nora, you forgot him. Mia arrives, banging the door. Nora, let me in. But the cans drown her, welt slicing my arms, my name in the wounds. I show her the log, her face paling. We need help. Raleigh police won't buy haunted shelves. The air grows colder, transforming my face Mia's, eyes steel, hands grabbing, my name in their dents. My thoughts unravel, Dad's loneliness, my avoidance, my fear of being nothing, feeding the thing's hunger. What's worse than shelves that know your every regret? The shelves lurch, Nora. You owe him. 5:15 a.m. Ken's crashing, forming my name in a storm of metal. I drag Mia to the stockroom, pointing at the shelves, now pulsing with my name. A dirge of guilt. She screams, this can't be real. But a welt slashes her hand, my name in the blood. We call the police, my voice shaky. But Officer Holt laughs. Kids messing around? I try Mr. Lyle, his voice ice. You moved them, Nora. The cans grow louder, hands clawing, my name pulsing, my skin burning, welts oozing. Mia and I barricade the stockroom, my breath ragged, cans smashing through, spelling my name in twisted metal. Ever feel like your past is a shelf, collapsing on you? Inventory log, June 10th, 2011, 5:45 a.m. Shelves won't stop. Mia's bleeding. I'm cut up, my name everywhere. Found a forklift, maybe it'll work. Shelves screaming. You left him, Nora. Dad's face in the cans, accusing. I'm not crazy, but I'm breaking. Gotta end this for him. I find a maintenance number, Mr. Reed, in a logbook, and call, begging for help. He arrives at 6:10 a.m., June 11th, 2011, his face grim, carrying a wrench, but the cans swarm, hands slashing, my name glowing in their eyes. He tries bolting the shelves, but the creaks mock him, echoing my secrets, my fight with Dad, my lies, my fear of being alone, proving it's not just metal, but something ancient, feeding on my betrayal. Mia, bleeding, shouts, knocked him down, but the cans thicken, forming my name, the store shaking, walls cracking my thoughts, Dad's pain, my job, my isolation, fueling their power. Mr. Reed bolts, yelling, this ain't my problem, leaving us. The creaks deafening, my name trapping us. Ever try to outrun a store that's got your soul? Inventory log, June 11th, 2011, 6:30 a.m. Cans everywhere, shelves moving, my name in every dent. Mia's hurt, I'm bleeding, figures forming, half Dad, half cans. Tried running, doors locked. It's in the shelves and me. Dad's voice, you left me. Or the stores. Forklift's my last shot. I am sorry, Dad. It's 6:45 a.m. Cans crashing, hands creaking. The store a maze of twisted metal. My name everywhere alive. Mia and I stumble to the forklift. Welts burning, hands slashing, my name in the wounds. The shelves pulse, forming Dad, his hands choking. I climb into the forklift, engine roaring, Ken shrieking, the creaks fading, but more shelves lurch, hands tearing my legs, my name carved in my skin. Mia throws a crate, Ken's hissing, but they reform. The creaks louder, my secret's their fuel. I find a shelf with my name, blazing in dents, and I realize my abandonment is the key. I ram the forklift into the shelves, screaming apologies to Dad. The cans collapsing, the store stilling, my name silenced. The air clears, my scars throb, a faint grief lingering, like a can that won't stack. Sunrise hits June 11th, 2011, 7:20 a.m. The store quiet, Raleigh streets waking, my arms scarred, hands trembling, the can still. Workers mention a mess, their aisles clean, no marks. Mia's hand is bandaged and she hugs me. We're okay, Nora. I leave my apron on the counter, Mr. Lyle's number dead, his ad gone. I visit Dad, reconcile, promising to stay close, staying in Raleigh. Every shelf creak makes me jump, my name a faint sting in my mind, a can I can't shelve, tied to my grief. At night, my reflection shows a dent, my name flickering, like shelves still moving. I'm driving my cab through Houston's empty streets, the neon signs bleeding red and blue into the night, casting shadows that flicker like bad dreams. The air is thick with the smell of worn leather and something sour, like old pennies left in a puddle of blood. My Nokia flip phone buzzes in the cup holder. Another creditor, call I let die. The vibration rattling my nerves. It's June 11th, 2011, 1:30 a.m. My fourth midnight shift as a driver for Yellow Cab, Unit 47. My hands are slick on the steering wheel, my chest tight with the weight of debts piling up. $500 to my buddy Ray, thousands to the bank, more to creditors I've lost track of. I owe too much, I think, the thought heavy as a brick. I got this job through Ray, who swore it was quick cash, but the dispatcher, Miss Carla, gave me a warning when I started. Don't pick up unmarked fares, Jake. Her voice was sharp, like she knew something I didn't. Her eyes narrow over the radio static. The cab's too quiet, kind that makes you check the rearview mirror, expecting trouble. I'm cruising downtown when it flashes. A figure in the back seat. No hail, no call. Its face a shimmer of coins, sharp and glinting, like a stack of quarters come to life. My name, Jake, is etched on each coin, glowing in the dark. My foot slips, the cab swerves. The stench hits me hard, like metal soaked in blood. My heart's racing, and I'm wondering if I'm losing it. But the coins spill across the seat, cold and biting, cutting into the leather. Ever feel like your debts are sitting right behind you, waiting to collect? I grip the wheel tighter, my knuckles white, the cab rattling as I straighten it out. The figure's still there, its face shifting. Raise 1 second. A creditor's the next, then mine. All made of coins, eyes glinting like copper pennies. The meter ticks, unprompted, red digits spelling Jake. Each click a jab to my gut. I owe Ray, I owe the bank, I owe everything, my mind screams. The thought looping like a bad song. The air's colder now, like a bank vault. The coin stench choking me, burning my throat. I glance at my phone, see a text from Ray, spotty signal. Jake, saw a guy in your cab. It's timestamped June 10th, 2011, 1:40 a.m. with a blurry photo of my cab, a silhouette in the back, my name scratched on a coin, spinning alive. I try to breathe, but the air's thick, like I'm drowning in metal. I hit the radio, call Miss Carla, my voice shaking, but static crackles, her tone ice cold. Jake, don't take that fare. Nothing like her usual drawl, like she's scared of the line itself. My arms start to sting, welts rising, like someone's carving Jake into my skin with a cold, sharp edge. I check the mirror again, and the figure's closer, its coin hands reaching, my name glinting in its eyes. I can't pay, I think, my debts. Ray's loan, the bank, my lies, feeling like they're fueling this thing. What do you do when the passenger you didn't pick up knows every bill you owe? I'm speeding through Old Town now, the streets blurring, neon signs smearing like wet paint. The figure's voice is a low hiss, not words but a feeling, like a creditor's glare, saying I owe, I ran, I failed. The coins pile higher in the back, clinking, forming a shape, tall, jagged, its body a cascade of metal, each piece stamped Jake. My phone buzzes again, a voicemail from an unknown number, a metallic rasp chanting my name, mixed with my own voice, begging Ray for cash, recorded here, like the cabs wired to my guilt. My welts burn hotter, Jake carved deeper, blood seeping through my sleeve, sticking to the seat. I slam the brakes, the cab skidding, coins scattering, cutting my hands as I grab the wheel. I shouldn't have borrowed, shouldn't have run, I think. My mind a storm of panic. Ray texts again. Jake, he's still there, but the timestamp's the same, 1:40 a.m., like time stuck. The cab shaking, the radio crackling, unplugged, playing my voice, pleading with creditors, the figure's coin hands clapping, my name pulsing in the sound. I'm trapped, the road stretching endless, my debts, Ray's trust, my loans, my fear of being nothing, making this thing stronger. Ever feel like your mistakes are fare you can't drop off? I'm weaving through the warehouse district, the air colder, coin stench thicker, like blood and rust mixed. The figure's clearer now, its face a shifting mess of coins, eyes hollow, glinting copper, hands reaching through the partition, cold as ice, slicing my arms. The welt spell Jake, blood dripping on the floor, the meter screaming my name in red. I call Ray, my voice cracking. There's something in the cab, but his line's dead, static hissing Jake. The figure's hands grab the wheel, coins biting my fingers, my name in the cuts. I owe too much, I'm drowning, I think, my heart pounding like it's trying to escape. I swerve past a loading dock, the cab rattling, coins flooding the back seat, forming my face, twisted, accusing. I try Miss Carla again, but the radio's all static, her voice colder. You took it, Jake. The streets feel wrong, like I'm circling the same block. Houston's neon closing in. My skin's burning, welt spreading, my name carved across my chest, like the fares collecting in blood. What's worse than a passenger who knows you're broke and won't get out? It's 2:45 a.m., or maybe later. My phone's dead. The cab's a cage, coins piling into a figure, me, but not. Its mouth a slot, spitting my name. The air's a vault, the stench unbearable, like metal and decay. I pull over in the heights, tire screeching, and Ray's truck rolls up, his face pale, yelling, Jake, get out. I show him the meter, Jake flashing, coin spilling over the seats, his eyes wide. Call the cops, he says, but I know Houston police won't buy this. My arms bleed, Jake carved deeper, the figure's hands clawing, my name in its teeth. I shouldn't have lied to Ray, shouldn't have dodged the bank, I think. My debt's feeding this thing's hunger. Ray bangs the door, but coins swarm, cutting his hand, my name in his blood. I dig through the glove box, find a mechanic's number, Mr. Tate, and call, my voice a mess, begging for help. The figure's closer, coins forming my eyes, staring back like it's me I owe. Ever try outrunning a debt that's got your face? Mr. Tate pulls up at 4:50 a.m., June 11th, 2011, toolbox clanking, his face grim under the streetlights. The coins surge, hands slashing, my name glowing in their edges, the cab shaking like it's alive. He tries cutting the meter's wires, muttering about bad circuits, but the figure laughs, a metallic rasp echoing my secrets, borrowing from Ray, lying to creditors, my fear of losing it all. My welts burn, Jake oozing blood, the air freezing, coins piling into my shape, accusing. Ray, bleeding, shouts, break the meter, Jake. But the coins thicken, forming my name, the cab's windows cracking my thoughts, Ray's trust, my loans, my isolation, fueling this thing. Tate bolts, yelling, this ain't my job, leaving us, coins screaming, my name a trap. I'm gasping, the figure's hands choking, my skin carved with Jake, like I'm paying with my body. I can't keep running, I think. My debt's a weight I can't shake. How do you escape a fare that's you? It's 5:45 a.m. The cab's a prison, coins flooding, forming my name alive. The figure's hands tear at my legs. Jake in the wounds, blood pooling on the floor. Ray still here, bleeding, pounding the door. Jake now. The meter screaming, my name pulsing red, the stench unbearable, like a grave of metal. I grab a wrench from under the seat, my hand shaking, and swing at the meter. Coins shrieking, the figure's face twisting, spitting my name. I owe Ray, I owe everything, I think. Smashing harder, but coins spill faster. Hand slicing, my name carved deeper. Ray kicks the partition, coins hissing, but they reform. The figure's stronger, my debt's its fuel. I find the meter's core, Jake blazing in red, and I know my running's the key. I smash it, screaming I'll pay Ray. I'll face the bank. The coins collapse, the cab stills, my name gone. The air clears, my scars throb, a faint dead lingering, like a fare I can't drop. What's left when you face what you owe, but it's still got your name? Sunrise hits, June 12th, 2011, 6:25 a.m. Houston streets waking. Cab quiet, coins gone. Other drivers chatter about a weird fare. The cab's clean, no marks. Ray's hand is bandaged. When did that happen? And he claps my shoulder. We're good, Jake. I ditch the keys on the dash. Miss Carla's radio dead. Her number gone. I quit driving, pay Ray. Start settling debts, piece by piece. Trying to start fresh. Every backseat shadow makes me jump. My name a faint sting in my mind. Like a fare I can't outrun. At night, my mirror shows a glint. Jake flickering. Like something still riding with me. I'm sweeping popcorn off the sticky floor of Theater 3, Oak Avenue Cinema, Omaha, Nebraska. The air heavy with the buttery grease of kernels and a stale whiff, like old celluloid left to rot. My flip phone sits silent in my pocket, no buzz from texts, which stings worse than any call. It's June 12th, 2011, 2:20 a.m. My third midnight shift cleaning this rundown theater. My hands tacky with soda spills, my heart aching from dodging texts from my girlfriend, Ellie, after our fight last week. I broke us, didn't I? I think, the thought sharp as a knife. I landed this job off a faded flyer, the manager, Mr. Kessler, tossing me a broom with a warning. Don't touch the old reels, Clara. His eyes darted to the projection booth, like he was scared of it. The theater's too quiet, the kind of quiet where every creak feels like a whisper. The seats groaning like they're listening. I've been scrubbing seats since Friday, ignoring Ellie's pleas to talk. But tonight, the projector hums to life, unprompted. The screen flickering with a grainy image, me, standing in this theater, my name, Clara, scratched in the film static. My broom clatters to the floor, the celluloid stench hitting me like a wave, like the screen's breathing my guilt. Ever feel like the place you're working is watching you, waiting for you to slip? The screen flickers brighter, the hum louder, like a dying breath. Timestamp 2:25 a.m. in my mind, the air thick with that stale smell, accusing me, yelling at Ellie, storming out, my fear of being alone forever. I shouldn't have left her, I think, my chest tight. I step closer, my sneakers sticking to the floor, the air colder, like a darkroom gone wrong. The film shifts, forming a figure, tall, flickering, its edges sharp like torn celluloid, eyes glinting like projector lenses. My phone buzzes, a text from my coworker, Sam, spotty signal. Clara, saw a weird movie on screen. Timestamp June 11th, 2011, 2:30 a.m. with a blurry photo of Theater 3, a silhouette on the screen, my name scratched in the grain, moving alive. The hum deepens, like a voice chanting Clara. You broke her, as if the film's feeding on my fight with Ellie. What do you do when the movie playing isn't just a movie, but you? I stumble toward the exit, my hands shaking, breath short like I'm running from a ghost. The door's locked, the screen flashing my name, Clara, in jagged static. The seats creaking louder, like they're judging me. Outside, through the lobby windows, a figure stands, too sharp, limbs flickering like bad frames, eyes blazing silver. I call Mr. Kessler, voice trembling, but his line crackles, his tone cold. Clara, don't touch the reels. Nothing like his usual gruff voicemails. My phone pings, a voicemail from an unknown number, a staticky voice chanting my name, mixed with my own voice, screaming at Ellie, recorded here, like the theater's been listening. My arms sting, welts rising, like film burns spelling Clara, my breath sinking with the projector's hum. Sam texts, "I'm coming," but the lights flicker, unpowered, the screen showing me in Theater 3, a figure behind me, writing my name alive. The theater groans, the hum louder, the figure stepping off the screen, my fears, Ellie's hurt, my dead-end job, my dread of being alone, fueling this film that plays. Ever wonder what's hiding in the dark of a theater, waiting to show you your mistakes? The hum's a roar now, Clara, you owe her 3 a.m., the theater dim, the screen glowing, frames piling into a shape my face, but twisted, eyes like empty reels, hands made of flickering light. I grab a mop handle, its weight solid, and edge toward the projection booth, the air thick with that celluloid stench, like burning film and regret. The screen shifts, showing Ellie's face, accusing, her eyes static voids. I touch the booth door, the handle burning, welts spreading, my name humming louder, like a curse. The marquee lights buzz, unplugged, frames spilling like ash. I call Sam, voice cracking. The film's alive. He texts back, skeptical. "Clara, it's just a glitch." But I know it's not. The hum's not mechanical, tied to something I broke, feeding on my guilt. I shouldn't have yelled, shouldn't have walked out, I think, my hands trembling. How do you stop a movie that's got your soul on screen? I push into the booth, the mop handle shaking, sweat cold on my neck. Inside, I find an old reel can, labeled Clara, June 12th, 2011. Scrawled in marker that smells like ash. Footage of me fighting with Ellie. Timestamp tonight, impossible. The hum screams, "Clara, you left her." Sam arrives, pounding the lobby door. "Clara, open up." But the frames drown him, welt slicing my arms, my name in the burns. I show him the reel, his face paling. We need the cops. Omaha police won't buy haunted film. The air grows colder, frames forming my face, Sam's, eyes silver, hands grabbing, my name in their grain. My thoughts unravel, Ellie's pain, my avoidance, my fear of being nothing, feeding the thing's hunger. I broke us, I think, the theater shaking, the screen pulsing with my name. What's worse than a film that shows you who you really are? It's 4:15 a.m., the frames writhing, the figure stepping closer, its hands flickering, theater trembling, seats creaking like they're alive. I drag Sam to the booth, pointing at the projector, now pulsing with my name. A storm of static. He yells, "This isn't real!" But a welt slashes his hand, my name in the blood. We call the police, my voice shaky, but Officer Reed scoffs. "Projector malfunction?" I try Mr. Kessler again, his voice ice. "You touched the reels, Clara." The frames grow louder, hands clawing, my name pulsing, my skin burning, welts oozing. Sam and I barricade the booth, my breath ragged, frames seeping through, spelling my name in flickering light. I shouldn't have run from her, I think. The theater's walls groaning, my guilt feeding the horror. Ever feel like your mistakes are playing on a loop you can't stop? I find a projectionist's number, Ms. Holt, in a manual and call, pleading for help. She arrives at 5:30 a.m., June 12th, 2011, her face grim, carrying a toolkit, but the frames swarm, hands slashing, my name glowing in their eyes. She tries shutting off the projector, but the hum laughs, echoing my secrets, my fight with Ellie and my lies, my fear of being alone, proving it's not just a reel, but something ancient, feeding on my betrayal. Sam, bleeding, shouts, "Burn the reel!" But the frames thicken, forming my name, the theater shaking, walls cracking my thoughts. Ellie's hurt, my job, my isolation, fueling their power. Ms. Holt bolts, yelling, "This ain't my problem," leaving us. The hum deafening, my name trapping us. I broke her heart, I think. The figure's hands closing in, my skin burning with Clara. How do you fight a film that's got your regrets on repeat? It's 6 a.m., the frames crawling, the figure's hands flickering, The theater a maze of static light. My name everywhere alive. Sam and I stumble to the projector. Well, it's burning. Hands slashing. My name in the wounds. The reel spins, showing Ellie. Her hands choking me. I grab a lighter from my pocket. Hands trembling, and set the reel ablaze. Frame shrieking. The hum fading, but more light spills. Hands tearing my legs. My name carved in my skin. Sam throws a chair. Frames hissing, but they reform. The hum louder. My secret's their fuel. I find the reel's core, Clara blazing in ash, and I realize my betrayal is the key. I burn it, screaming apologies to Ellie. The frames collapsing, the theater stilling. My name silenced. The air clears, my scars throb. A faint guilt lingering, like a film that won't stop playing. Sunrise hits, June 13th, 2011, 6:15 a.m. The theater quiet. Omaha street stirring, my arms scarred. Hands shaking, the frames gone. Workers mention a glitch. Their screen's clean, no marks. Sam's hand is bandaged and he grips my arm. We made it, Clara. I leave my badge on the counter. Mr. Kessler's number dead, his flyer gone. I call Ellie, reconcile, promising to stay open, staying in Omaha. Every screen flicker makes me jump. My name a faint sting in my mind. A frame I can't forget, tied to my betrayal. At night, my reflection shows a flicker, Clara glimmering, like a film still playing.